You know what? I'm actually fed up now. I'm actually fed up now, ladies and gentlemen. This utter nonsense. I don't really care about either of them anymore. I really don't give 2 cents about whether it's Eghbali, whether it's Boehly, because ultimately none of these owners seem to care about the fans. We're the ones who are suffering this non-stop back and forth for the past 3 4 days since this news materialized. It's getting embarrassing now. It's absolute nonsense. Since these new owners have come through, we've done jack all on the field and we've done jack all off the field. All we now seem to see is jibes being thrown at each other. One party saying this, the other party saying that. It's nonsense. We've got a game coming up against Bournemouth. It's sad. It is so sad. Third season, we as fans thought, you know what, maybe, just maybe, Chelsea might put things together this season and we could be heading in the right direction. But no, more dramas, drama after drama after drama. These owners always want to be in the front pages on every single matter. They want to be on the front page every single day. They love the attention. It's all about the ego. It is all about the ego that they can do these sort of things. They want to be the talk of the town. I'm fed up, man. I'm absolutely fed up. Honestly, for anyone that might be thinking, "Oh, Miz, don't worry about it, man. This is nothing." No, this will impact the team. There's no two ways about that. Boehly and Eghbali cannot coexist anymore. It is simple as that. Look at all the news that has dropped. I haven't even covered some of them since last night. 18-page dossier. Our sporting directors created an 18-page dossier to get rid of Pochettino. How many pages did you write when you hired him? Who hired him? Did you not do your homework? It seems like our sporting directors only do their homework once the exam is finished. Once it doesn't matter anymore, that's when they want to start doing the exam, the homework for the exam. It's sickening, man. It's sickening how the football club is being run like a stock exchange. It's sickening how we don't achieve anything on field. It's sickening the constant changes. And where's the new stadium? We've got fake news today in regards to the new stadium, which was quickly banished off by statement coming from, Earl's Court chairman or CEO, whatever the case is we're going to touch on. But this is what the club's doing, trying to promote fake news about the stadium only to get shunned away. No, honestly, this whole ownership situation, it needs to be rectified soon. It really needs to be rectified ASAP. We cannot continue this way. Whether it's Boehly, whether it's Eghbali, I don't give a rat's ass anymore, honestly. Because if truth be told, I think both of them have major flaws in them. Both parties, they're not saints. Let's have a look at the latest news that's been dropping. And you know what? I know I'm a bit skeptical when it comes to Ben Jacobs, but especially when it's in regards to owners, this guy has some knowledge. When it's about transfer news and all of that, nah. For some reason, his knowledge in regards to the ownership, if you guys remember, when we were first taken over by this consortium, Ben Jacobs was the one that was delivering the truth in regards to the transaction that was happening. So for some reason, he seems to have knowledge, inside knowledge, when it comes to talking about the ownership. And look what he's having to say right now. Multiple sources reveal Boehly and his investors feel Eghbali is obsessed with new signings. It's understood Boehly would prefer to keep the squad size down and back Cobham talents, even if appalling like-minded profiles become available in the market. Even if appealing like-minded profiles become available in the market. Now, this paints a really good picture for Todd Boehly. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's not too obsessed about buying the new shiny toy all the time. Eghbali wants to buy the new shiny toy on a regular basis. Kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Over the last 2 summer transfer windows, it looks like we want to buy everyone. And not always the best quality either. We just want to buy new toys. That's it. Sometimes it's good quality. Sometimes it's poor quality. And that poor quality in 6 months or in 12 months down the track gets sold. So somewhat this makes sense, and this definitely paints a bad picture on Eghbali, on Baghdad Eghbali. These names of Boehly and Eghbali are getting me confused. The decision to sign Tosin and freeze out Chalobah was not made by Eghbali or Feliciano alone. It was a dispassionate call by both sporting directors and was signed off by Maresca. More news coming from Ben Jacobs, painting a very bad picture on Baghdad Eghbali and our sporting directors. Honestly, Chalobah, it's baffling. Chalobah is probably one of our best defenders, and he's not even our standard. He's not even the top standard that Chelsea Football Club needs, but he's probably the standard defender. Tosin was an opportunistic purchase on a free, but you have to ask yourself the question: why? Why? You have Chalobah and you've frozen him out. Why? Is Tosin that much better than Chalobah? I don't think so. You bought under Eghbali's guidance with the two sporting directors, you bought Desasi and Buddy Ashil. Both of them flopped. So far, they could come back, I don't know, but so far it's a massive flop. Where's the accountability? Doesn't matter if any of these people make mistakes anymore, and monumental mistakes. Doesn't matter. No problems. Clear the slate and let's go again. You're allowed to make as many mistakes as possible. This is true. Why get Tosin when you have Chalobah? Once again, a bad picture on Baghdad Eghbali. Now, check this out. It's not just one-way street. Here's a bad image of Todd Boehly. Clear Lake sources believe Boehly is more volatile character. They point to his decision to go on a dressing room rant against Sterling after Chelsea's 2-1 defeat to Brighton 2023, in which Sterling was called embarrassing in front of his teammates. Coming from Ben Jacobs. This is a huge statement for Ben Jacobs to say. You don't just say things like this openly, knowing your reputation could be damaged if this information is wrong. And I remember this was Graham Potter's season. The owners were regularly going into the dressing room and saying these sort of things. This isn't nice. This paints a really bad picture on Todd Boehly. What are you doing? Why are you going into the dressing room and ranting and calling out, singling out players like this? How are you going to create an environment where players can foster and actually feel that they can connect with the football club and work hard for the football club? Owners' business should only be with the sporting directors. Every now and then you can go to the manager and the change room, but it should be in a rare occasion when we win trophies, if we ever do, or when there's been a very good result. You don't go in there and rant. And how dare you? What are you ranting about? What do you know about the game? What do you know about football to go out there to actually rant? This is why I'm fed up. I'm fed up from both sides. Yes, in one hand, I was like, yeah, I don't mind Todd Boehly, but I've always said he's not flawless. And Eghbali, definitely not flawless. Clear Lake sources insist the makeup of Chelsea fund means Eghbali or Feliciano simply can't be overruled, although this assertion is challenged by those in Boehly's camp. Further on, it goes to say, there are some doubts on the Boehly side as to whether Eghbali carries enough football knowledge to be such pivotal figure in the recruitment setup. 100%. Ben Jacobs, again, painting a picture on Eghbali that this guy's clueless. We all know that. What knowledge? And even Boehly. Wasn't Boehly the one that was going around when we were playing against Real Madrid? Going, oh, we're going to win it. We're going to win 3-0, 3-0. Talking nonsense. Wasn't Boehly the one that said 4-4-3 setup for Thomas Tuchel? These owners know nothing about football. This is what I've said from the get-go. After the first season's shenanigans that took place, I said these owners need to calm themselves. They need to step away as far as possible, get competent sporting director or a CEO, whatever the case is, to run the show, who then will go and hire the relevant, scouts, manager, players, so on and so forth, and they take a backward step and they simply oversee. They sign off and they hold the sporting director accountable. If the club is going left and if the club is declining, then they hold the sporting director accountable and they sack that person. No, but our owners want to be involved. They want to get their hands dirty. Why? Why do you want to get your hands dirty when you don't know anything about this game? It all comes down to ego. I feel like, and I'm sad to say this to all my American fans out there, I feel like this is such a American way of doing things, isn't it? Hands-on, making sure you have full control. Always in the news. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. Boehly and investors believe their offer would be so compelling it would have to be considered by Clearlake's investors. Yeah, I've said this in recent times, that don't believe that Boehly's just going to walk away. I kind of feel like I wish he did just walk away now, honestly. Just get the money from Clearlake and walk away. But he may not. And on the flip side, it's not like I really like Eghbali either. I'm just fed up. I feel like there is a structure now. Whether this is right or wrong, I don't know. It feels wrong, maybe. But I'm not utterly confident with what Boehly is going to do either. Seems nice on paper what Boehly is going to do, but Boehly, he's up to nonsense as well. He's not some sort of a saint in this whole piece either. But yeah, look, sure, he could conjure up the money and present an offer to Clearlake. It's up to Clearlake if they want to accept that. But Clearlake could turn around and say, no, we're not going nowhere. You're going. As I said, it's an ego battle. No one wants to leave now. They want full control of Chelsea. Despite Boehly refusing to take no for an answer, Clearlake are confident they will continue to be Chelsea's majority owners in the long term and have completely ruled out selling any shares. Look, I don't believe that they've completely ruled it out. As I said, money talks. If the right money is offered to Clearlake, these people are business people. So they're always thinking about an exit plan. Now, the question is the offer going to be big enough? If it's not, then they'll stick around because they'll definitely believe that Chelsea's worth a lot of money. And if they don't get that right amount of money, they're not going to move one bit. Because ultimately, look, you throw the right amount of money to these guys, their only purpose is to take care of the shareholders. That's their biggest purpose. Breaking: Chelsea have held talks over leaving Stamford. So all of that ownership news, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get on to some stadium shenanigans. Some fake news about the stadium, which materialized a few hours ago, and it comes from Jacob Steinberger, the guy who, seems to be a nonsense journalist these days, but people are still putting out his news. Aggregators are putting out his news, and it goes something like this. Chelsea have held talks over leaving Stamford Bridge and moving to Earls Court as they seek a resolution to their plans for a bigger stadium. Because all the nonsense conversations that's been happening recently in regards to ownership, Jacob Steinberger probably believed, let's create some PR for the owners, especially Eghbali, who's looking after Chelsea at the moment. And he thought, okay, let's put this out there about the stadium, because that seems to be one of the sticking points with Todd Boehly. Let's paint a good picture and show that there's, Chelsea's doing something, Eghbali's doing something, Clearlake's doing something with the stadium. But no, ladies and gentlemen, statement from Earls Court Development Company. Sorry, I did say CEO, chairman, whatever. Development company. There is no plan within our plans for Chelsea FC to relocate to Earls Court site. We have fully detailed design, shortly to be registered with both local authorities, which prioritizes the delivery of thousands of homes and jobs, culture and open space through a well-designed and considered master plan which has evolved over 4 years of engagement. This will see development commence in 2026 with the first residents and occupiers moving in from 2030. This is and will remain our primary focus. There you go. There you go. Nonsense fake news in regards to Stamford Bridge being moved to Earls Court, absolutely squashed by Earls Court Development Company. So, yeah, absolutely embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. The day just got even more embarrassing. And now more. Let's suffer more. Anthony Taylor will referee Bournemouth versus Chelsea. This is apparently the second time out of the 4 matches so far this guy's going to referee us. And over the past seasons, he's refereed us the most. Why? Why, ladies and gentlemen? Why? Why is Anthony Taylor seems to referee Chelsea games the most? This guy all the time screws us up. Has screwed us up many a times. Like as if this whole week hasn't been bad enough. Well, for the past 4 or 5 days. Hasn't been bad enough with all the ownership nonsense. And now we're moving into the Bournemouth game, which is I don't feel confident, man. I'm scared. It's designed for us to have a very indifferent performance against Bournemouth. Really. All of this nonsense is setting us up for more nonsense on field against Bournemouth and put the cherry on top with Anthony Taylor to be the referee. It's sickening. It's sickening. And more sickening news, ladies and gentlemen. David Jota Fofana's move to AEK Athens is currently considered off after struggling to meet Chelsea's terms. David Jota Fofana, particular player who I believe was brought in January 2023 when the new sporting directors came through under Eghbali. And 12 months down the track, just a bit more than 12 months, 18 months down the track, this guy's not in our plans, and we can't even sell him to AEK Athens because they're struggling to meet our terms. I wonder what our terms are. Now, what are we going to do with this player? We're about to ruin his career as well. This is what I've been saying, man. Stockpiling, I get it. I get what you're doing. You're running a stock market here. You just want to use players as a commodity, buy, sell, buy, sell. But you need to have some sort of humility about yourself. You need to have some level of due diligence. You can't be screwing up young players' careers like this, man. David Jota Fofana can't even get a move to AEK Athens now. Angela Gabriel in Saudi Arabia at such a young age. None of our owners are good. None, like whether it's Boehly, whether it's Eghbali, we're just stuck. We're just stuck with this nonsense. Let's see what else is going on. The latest, there seems to be more news that has dropped in. So let's check it out. Boehly views Chelsea as both a passion project plus a business venture and has put in his own personal funds for his 13% stake. If he did depart, it would be begrudgingly and with sadness because no other solution can be found. Ben Jacobs, he's on the Boehly bandwagon all of a sudden. I thought he was working for Eghbali. Further goes on to say Boehly ending up at Chelsea is the culmination of a 7-year plan to take control of the Premier League asset. Boehly does not wish to give up his stake lightly, especially knowing Premier League clubs don't come on the market too often. So look, this civil war will continue. All of this nonsense stuff will continue. And let's see what happens to Chelsea on the field. I'm scared. I'm saddened. I'm annoyed. I'm angry. We're potentially looking at another flop season. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya. Bye.